And welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, here we go. We're on the trip starting now. Jordan is over here. We're about to hop into the car. And before we do that, we're going to do a little, we're going to talk about how Jordan and I met. So hang on, this is going to be cool.
All right, guys. So I guess you guys probably know who I am. So most of you, I'm Jordan the Lion. And how Breck and I know each other is because this is something we always get asked. And I figured, since we're leaving his house today, why not talk about it? We were at a Guided by Voices concert. My friend Neil and I were, I think this was 2000. Yeah, I think it was 2000, maybe 2001.
I think 2001.
And I think it was maybe the second tour GBV had been here in California since I'd moved. The first time I went, I didn't know anybody. And the second time, I had a job at a record label. And the guy who was my immediate boss couldn't understand why I like Guided by Voices. So he said, you know what? I want to go see him live with you and see what you like about him. But this guy, Neil, he was a huge fan of The Residents. And so he had turned me on to The Residents during that time that we had known each other. And so we go to this Guided by Voices concert. We're standing in the front row. And we're watching the opening band. And as we look on stage, Neil hits me in the arm and he goes, "Look at that guy up on stage off to the side wearing the Residents shirt." He goes, "Isn't that a great shirt?" I go, "Yeah." And so then the concert goes on and the opening band is done, and then the guy who we see with the Resident shirt comes down to the crowd and he's standing right next to us, and we start talking to him. We're like, "That's a cool shirt." Like, we find out we're all Residents fans. Well, it's Breck. Breck was the one wearing the Resident shirt. And so we all start talking. He had a friend there named Matt, and we start talking, and we tell him that Neil and I are in a band and that we were actually going to play our first show about 2 weeks from then, and that it was going to be in Santa Ana, California. My band at the time was Candyland Riots. And so they said, "You know what, we'll come to the show. We live in Orange County." So they came to the show, and we all became friends. And when we started recording our first album, Breck was like, "Hey, why don't you come down and bring it to my house and hang out and let us play it?" So I came down to Orange County to find Breck's house, and this is the days before phone GPSs. And I didn't have a GPS in my car, so I was just going off of like kind of how he described to get here. So I got lost the whole way, and it took me probably 2.5 hours when it should have taken, at that time, probably 45 minutes. So yeah, it took me quite a while to get here. But we came down, played the record. They loved the record, and Breck ended up becoming our webmaster for the band. He came to every show. He recorded most all the shows at that time. And we've been, pretty much best friends ever since. So that's basically not only how we met, but my first experience coming to this house. So it's kind of weird to know that we'll have all new experiences. I mean, this was like 20 years of friendship in this house. So we're going to have to make new experiences in a whole different state, in a whole different house that Breck will have to custom paint all over again.
Can't wait.
Yep.
All right, so that was fascinating. Thanks, Jordan. That was really great. So we're on our way now, on our way to Texas, and stay tuned. We'll have more stuff. As always, thanks for watching Escaping the Mouse, and see you next time. Bye.